Enter the Gungeon is an amazing game. Alright guys, thanks for watching this review of Enter the Gungeon. Hopefully this review helps some of you figure out that you should get this game. And, wait, this wasn't good enough for you? I thought it was a great review, so you're probably wrong if you think otherwise. But I guess if you're gonna be that way, I could probably put a few details into it. Alright, so the first place to start would probably be the thing that they decided to put into the title of the game. Entering. But for real, the guns are what make the game. The guns in this game are not limited to things we'd actually think could, or should, be used to fire projectiles at high speed. If you think I'm overstating this, there is a gun that is a slab of meat that fires buzzsaws, because Super Meat Boy. Honestly, I enjoy the laser weapons in the game quite a bit, be it the Proton Pack from Ghostbusters, or the Demon Head from Shadow Warrior, which I have used more in this game than I ever did in Shadow Warrior. Almost every single gun in this game can be used effectively without any passive or activatable items, simply because the game does a good job at allowing the player to have a combat technique outside of the firing and walking mechanics of one particularly famous roguelike. There's a couple exceptions to this though, like the Cobbler or Pea Shooter, but in my opinion, I still hate the friggin' Corsair more than anything. It's just an annoying weapon to me. Like, I just want to fire a bullet that doesn't spend 8 years going from the barrel of the gun to who knows where. Honestly, screw the Corsair. Looking past the quality of the guns reveals the quantity of them in the game. Like, holy crap, there are so many in this game. I put over 50 hours into this game, and I still frequently see guns that I hadn't seen before. And my friend Jay found 3 different guns that I'd never even heard of on his first run through of the game. Yet each gun gives a memorable experience, and I don't really think I've forgotten a single gun in the game. Especially the Corsair. I seriously can't express how much I hate that item. Oh crap. So I got caught up in the seemingly infinite amounts of cool weaponry in this game, and I completely forgot that I needed to talk about other stuff. So to rush this part along, I'm gonna lump passive and active items together. You'd think that with the sheer quantity of guns in this game that the other guns would suffer as a result, but honestly no. They're just as memorable and bountiful as the guns, and that's pretty impressive. A single passive item can completely change a run and make it infinitely better. Like during this one run, I had a passive item which made me shoot 3 times as many shots at once, at 40% of the damage each bullet, as well as a passive that made it to where when I flipped a table, the amount of bullets I fired at once was tripled, meaning if I flipped a table, I'd fire 9 shots at once. And with that Super Meat Boy gun I mentioned earlier, I'd flip one table, click a couple times, and then the room would be cleared. If that doesn't tell you how cool and amazing these passive items are, then I hate to break it to you, but you might just be a really sad human being. Onto the active items though, as I said before, they're just as fun to use and plentiful. Much like passive items, one single activatable item can turn the run in your favor. Take the Potion of Gun Friendship, for example. This item will increase your shot speed, damage, and your reload speed. It lasts for enough time for the item to make an incredible difference during the fight. Most activatable items also have more than one use, and can be recharged by dealing damage to enemies, meaning if you're cool enough, you might be able to use one activatable item twice in the same fight. Honestly, I could just rant about the sheer amount of items in the Gungeon, and the number of amazing combos, but that's probably enough about the items. I have to get on to the rest of the game, and going off of how I just got done talking about the items that affect the combat, I should probably talk about the combat itself. I don't know, seems to make sense to me. In order to get good at this game, you're definitely going to have to get good at every part of the combat in this game, from your timing and aiming to the ultimate technique. The dodge roll. Which, to be honest, doesn't sound that impressive. But trust me when I say that dodge rolling is just as important as the shooting aspect of the game. See, in Gungeon, you only start with 3 hearts, which means 6 hits from normal bullets before you die. And believe me, this game really doesn't even attempt to hide the fact that you are in a bullet hell. The dodge roll allows you to have a small period of invulnerability, meaning that you can roll through bullets with good enough timing. The problem is that the momentum of the roll can cause you to dodge one set of bullets, only to immediately land in another. Every single time that happens to me, I legitimately question if I'm some kind of retard, even if it's like a completely understandable mistake. Honestly, if it weren't for the dodge roll, the game would be infinitely more frustrating, and the RNG that makes many other roguelikes into a game of resetting your run until an item room appears in your starting area. It takes a bit of that RNG and makes it into skill, and it feels pretty sweet to give RNG the finger, even if only a small part of it's negated. Alright, so now that the combat's out of the way, there's really only one more major thing to talk about. The progression. The way this game handles progression is decently unique. First, there's no real way to progress until you rescue shop NPCs, and each shop NPC will have a different pool of items that they allow you to unlock using a special currency that bosses drop. I have no clue what it's called though, so I'm just gonna call it cash. At the beginning of the game, while there isn't an incredible amount of items already in the Gungeon, there's so much more to unlock. So much that after 50 hours in the game, I still have a lot to unlock from these NPCs. Now that of course is not the only way to unlock items. Sometimes by getting an achievement or by doing something stupid like pushing a table off a ledge. You can unlock different items that you wouldn't know about otherwise. Basically what I'm saying is no matter how garbage you are, you could even accidentally end up progressing in the game, whether you like it or not. So, that's my review of the Gungeon, if you can call it that. Honestly, even after my 50 plus hours in this game, I still haven't even started to get bored of it. And it's got enough little secrets and stuff to unlock that I can see myself putting a crap ton of more time into it. If you take anything from this review, then it should be this. I wholeheartedly recommend that you give Enter the Gungeon a shot. Alright, so let me know in the comments what you personally think about Enter the Gungeon, if you've played or even seen it before, and if you think you'll like the game, support the devs by buying a copy. But that's it for this video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. And if you want to see more game reviews done in this style, or have any suggestions for next time, let me know. Have a day! Body the floor, bullet to roof, ammo willing, pass killing, gunshot shooting, non-stop hammer, cock by the man.